Hello and welcome to the new podcast show that I am doing with my best friend Mia, Pia 123. We're here to talk about the new BBC show that has come out called Stage Stars. Thank you, Mia. It follows the students of the previous school that me and Mia both used to go to, and we both had very negative experiences relating to the school itself. And we have watched the episode. I have a reaction video that is probably going to be out before this one, so go watch that if you want to see us actually react live. But now we have some notes that we have written about the first episode, and we're going to talk about what happened in the episode and what actually really happens behind closed doors, because the school is not what it appears to be on the show. Would you agree with that? For us and for a lot of people. And we, sorry, it was just the ghosts. We were actually really affected by the school. Well, clearly I was, because that's kind of the basis of my channel, but Mia, my best friend, also had a very negative experience.
Yeah, I just hated it there, but we can't say that, so.
But there was more that meets the eye. No, we can, because we don't go there anymore, so it's fine. And also they've created this whole new documentary that's going to have 15 episodes. It's on BBC if you want to go watch it. And in each episode of this little podcast thingy that we're doing, we're going to be dissecting what happens in each episode. So should we start with season 1, episode 1, Meet the Stage Stars? Okie doke. Okay, so what does it start with?
Where drama meets reality.
So that is the slogan, the motto. Yeah. Stage Stars, where drama meets reality. I don't really know where they're going with that. Like, when drama meets like a reality show, is there going to be drama? I assume not.
I hope so.
Well, I hope so too. The first episode wasn't very drama filled. It was more of an introduction, which obviously it would be, but so, and then it says, in my notes I put, Ginger Girl starts with saying the school where dreams come true. Mia, what are your thoughts on that?
Well, I mean, the track record hasn't, for us
and many others,
our dreams did not come true there.
No, they didn't.
I wouldn't describe it as that.
I wouldn't either.
There is someone, they say something else about that. They say, no, where legends are made.
Where legends are made, that's a big one as well.
But who? What legends?
Who do we have?
Freya Sky.
We have Freya Sky, who's a legend. She was in the new movie Zombies. She went to the school.
But we've been fans pre-Zombies.
Oh, we've been fans. That could be a whole separate thing about how we were obsessed with her when she was in like year 6. With her music videos. She was just a queen. Yeah. She was the blonde diva that we all wanted to know and we were all like big fans of. And then we had Lily James.
She's in Mamma Mia and Cinderella.
And Star Wars?
No, that's someone else.
Oh.
But she's only done Star Wars. I mean, probably, obviously not, but.
And then we've also had Ella Henderson. Like, she had some hits in the old times.
Oh, yeah.
And she actually came to the school and Mia took a picture with her. I didn't.
I DM'd it to her.
I didn't, because I didn't know who she was. Not gonna lie. I know the songs, like the hits that she has, but I didn't really know who she was. We've also had Peppa Pig.
Ella Henderson.
I forgot you
had
Wi-Fi
doesn't work.
It does. We also had
I'm not on your Wi-Fi.
We had the black the Peppa Pig. So I was going to say blacked out phone, because you've got the blackout screen protector. And I was looking at it, I got confused. We have Peppa Pig. What's her name? Harley Bird. She went there. I've met her. We don't need to say anything else about her. Yeah. But that's really about it. Like, if we're talking about like famous people.
The girl from Wednesday.
I don't even know who she is, but I heard she was in Wednesday.
Sweet. And actually, fun fact, me and Jonah saw her before. We saw her in Shrek the Musical. Before she was even at Shrek. She was in that.
She was in Shrek the Musical when we went to go see your cousin?
Yeah.
Which one was she? Gingy?
No, she was just like a random uncle.
And she's now in Wednesday?
Yeah.
I didn't realize that was her. That's actually really cool.
Yeah, she was really sweet, and her sister was too. And do you remember her? I was talking about her sister because her sister was good at ballet when we were in the theatre, and then her mum was like, "That's my daughter."
I remember that. I
Yeah.
actually do. That was crazy. That was many years ago, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was like
Year 9.
year 9.
Yeah. Okay. So we've got that, and then we put. So someone said, I didn't write who it was. I don't think we knew.
Learn and play here. That sounds like something Lexi would say.
We sleep, learn, and play here. Why did I write that? Well, because
what
that's.
do you mean play?
Well,
we didn't play.
I would say sleep and learn because our school days were from 8:30 was the first class, or 8 o'clock 3 days a week because of assembly. And then we would finish at 6:15. So we didn't have time to.
It was a 10-hour day.
We didn't have time to play.
Especially the day pupils.
Because we'd have to
go home.
We'd have to go home and then do 3 hours of homework.
And not play.
And then top of the homework, practice our pliés.
Yeah.
And then play at 10 p.m., which meant eat food and go to sleep. But a lot of people weren't eating food. And then I put there, legends are created. And then I put, there's only 2 famous people we know from that school, which is true. Take it or leave it, whatever. But that's how it is. Then we see a little shot of a little ginger cat who we've seen many times at our time there. Oliver.
He's a friendly cat.
Whose cat was he?
Mantas, the chef.
Oh, yes, that's true.
He lived above the medical centre, so his cats would just...
Do you remember where a certain someone, your friend that you don't really talk to now, would say, like, she's like a cat whisperer?
Yeah.
And she would, like, go up to Oliver and always be like, oh, he literally loves me, like, he's like, like, I could talk to cats, and he would always, like, run away. Oh, that's a memory. That's a time. Okay. And then one of the girls, I forgot who it was. I think it might have been...
It was Lexi again.
Lexi again. All the stories and people are real, but some things are reenacted.
We are drama queens after all.
Yeah, she said that, but that just proves that this show is fake. And we're going to talk about that a lot more because I've written some notes about some things that clearly look extremely fake. But she just kind of proved that it's fake. And the reason why I was going with that is because in order for it to be fake, they'd have to stage something and do takes and takes and takes. But our school, the school that they're talking about, did not like when we did outside work. They made that a very big thing. We were not allowed to go on Junior Eurovision, which is kind of strange because Freya Sky, she went on it and that's how she like got scouted, I guess, by Disney. But we weren't allowed to do that. They would heavily encourage us not to do The Voice, not to do Britain's Got Talent. What's the other one? The singing show. X Factor.
Yeah, actually, to be fair, I was at the school since I was in year 3, and we used to go to singing competitions.
Did you actually?
Yeah, in preps. Like all the time, like at least every month.
I never knew that.
Or like...
I think you might have mentioned that before, but I don't remember that.
I remember we did a few competitions, but we also did like... We would just go out and sing, like, at events as, like, kids. Like, literally, I was 7. And that stopped about when I was in year 5.
Oh, interesting. So,
sad.
they really knuckled down on us, like, not wanting to...
That's weird, isn't it?
It is weird because that's what you wanted to do, but not even that. Like, even just, like... Okay, I guess Britain's Got Talent and, like, shows like that, like American Idol and all of that. Like, I know they have, like, bad track records. They're manipulative and all of that shit. But even, like, doing, like, musicals... Because musicals, when you're a child, are much easier to get than when you're an adult. Because child roles, like, you just have to be cute, I guess. And kind of sing and maybe jiggle a bit. But the school would still get really angry and they'd kind of like exile you in a way if you happen to land a role in a musical and you had to miss school because like they were like education's first. However, we're seeing now that clearly education isn't first. Like they would always preach education's first, but they're taking kids out of lessons to do interviews and to do like...
And their whole school life is now a reality TV
and
show.
It's documented and it's fake and it's like...
They were there every day.
Exactly. If you're going to preach education comes first, practice what you preach and actually put that into place. But it's just because the school benefited from it. The school didn't benefit when a student got into Matilda. A school didn't benefit if Freya Sky came fourth place in junior Eurovision.
I don't know.
She came fourth. I remember. She got the most public voting, and I think it's because I told my whole extended family to vote for her on voting day, because I like went on like 100 different like email accounts to vote for her. Yeah, I was obsessed. Oh, let's just
Please phones off, please.
Sorry about that. But yeah, so that kind of pissed me off. But where are we?
New Year equals new drama.
New Year equals new drama. That just kind of pissed me off because like
the drama was so nasty at that school.
It was yeah. It really was. Like when we're talking about drama, we're not talking about like drama class. We're talking about gossip and tea, as you would say. And
the kids say.
The kids, like a lot of this is about, we're talking about the adults and the teachers. However, I would say there were nasty children. Just like at every school, there are nasty children.
Yeah.
However, because we were much more vulnerable, because we had to sing in front of these nasty people, we had to dance in front of these nasty people, we had to act, we had to wear...
And we're all pinned against each other.
Exactly. And we had to wear embarrassing costumes.
Yeah.
And we had to do embarrassing things. We had to...
Really embarrassing things.
Like...
Especially in drama.
Like, would you... Like, how would you feel if there was, like, you know, like the cliche popular mean girl? How would you feel if you had to act out as a cabbage?
Or, like, a
in
baby,
front of her.
And you have to be like... and everyone's laughing at the teacher, and now you have to stand up and do it.
Yeah. It's so... Or, like, when you have to improv.
Oh, I hate... But a lot of people like improv.
I hated it.
I hated it.
I used to love improv before I joined the school because I was good at it. But then when I joined the school, I just couldn't because it was just so embarrassing.
It was so scary.
It was. So the drama is not funny. And the school was a really small school. It had 300...
It still is. It's got smaller.
It had... How many students?
And like 20.
20 now?
Yeah.
320 kids. And
Probably
that's...
about 300.
That's from year 3 up until year 13. That's 10
well,
different...
until year 14. Because it's encore.
Oh, yeah. And so year 14. So like ages 7 it starts and it goes to 19.
Yeah.
There's only 300 kids. So you can imagine how cliquey the groups are and the friendships. It was very cliquey. It was very toxic. Because you're in the environment you were constantly comparing yourself to your friends, and it started things. It was ugly, and that's why a lot of people didn't come out on top. Okay, and I wrote this note because one of the boys, I think it was Lucas, says, I'm going to sing When I Grow Up. And when we first reacted, I was like, by Matilda? Because why is a 16-year-old singing When I Grow Up? It wasn't by Matilda.
It was from Pins and Needles.
Pins and Needles?
Mm-hmm.
I've never heard of that.
The famous musical.
The famous musical Pins and Needles.
Maybe isn't it?
What about Rent? They made us sing a song from Rent in year 7. Isn't Rent about like...
You're just listing the musicals, you know?
Yeah. Fame, Seussical, The Little Mermaid, Shrek, David Copperberger.
How have you remembered them all?
Because we were in them.
Yeah, I forgot about The Little Mermaid because we never did it.
Oh yeah, because of COVID. Which I think we should have a separate episode on what it was like going to this school during COVID.
We should.
That would be interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, ignore the next note because we're going to dive into her in a little bit.
Lexi is a border.
I read that as... Lexi is a boner. Lexi is a boarder. So I think Lexi said something about like she's a boarder now and she used to be a day pupil. So if you don't know, our old school was a boarding school as well as a day school. So day pupils...
It was like 60% boarding.
So boarders are people that sleep over, and you'll see why, because we'll say like what kind of students went there. But they'd sleep over, so they'd like have dinner, breakfast, they'd have a room, they have beds.
Like boarding school.
Board. Well, I'm just saying because Keelan didn't know what a boarder was when I first met him. Oh. He didn't know what a boarding school was.
They basically just move into the school.
They move in, like they bring suitcases, and you'll see that because it shows in the show like they're unpacking. Then they start unpacking in their dorms. Lucas brings his circular weights, but he wants to be an actor.
Why did you write that?
Because I'm just kind of setting the scene of what's happening.
Okay, well, Lucas is a main character. Lexi's a main character.
Yeah.
Ginger Girl's a main character.
Who?
Yeah, Ginger Girl.
Oh, yeah.
Her name is actually Emily.
Is it Emily? Oh, yeah. Sorry, Ginger Girl. And then... Lucas says, when school ends, you can hang out with your friends, which is clearly a lie because we did not have time to even like take a shit outside outside of school. We'd go home like, and mind you, we finished at 6:15. By the time you actually get all your stuff, you're out by like 6:30.
Yeah.
You'd get home before 7 p.m. This is 7 p.m. Like Keenan would, example, he'd be home by 3:15.
I mean, I would be home by 3:15. Because obviously I went to school. I did sixth form.
Yeah, you did sixth form at a different school, and you'd be home by 3:15. But for us, it was we're home.
Like most days, I'd be home by lunchtime.
Exactly, but at this school, it was till 6:15. So we get home at 7, and then you have to do 3 hours of homework.
Which, if you don't do, sometimes, like if it was our maths teacher, if you didn't do the homework, you'd just be in such big trouble.
Yeah. No, it's true. And I think they should have made it a bit
more lenient, especially if you had shows and stuff.
We'll talk about that as well, because I wrote that down as well. But then on top of that, then you have to do like, you have to learn your lines for your audition, or learn your lines for your play, or you have to practice your assessment work for your pliés and practice your song and all of that. By then, once you've finished everything you have to do for school, it'd be 10 o'clock. And then you have to eat dinner, which like I made a joke that most people weren't doing that. Then you'd shower and go to bed and then wake up at 7 o'clock. And our friend Oscar, who I'd love to get on.
Oh my God,
here.
we'll get him on.
I'd love to get him on. He lives in like near London, and we don't live near London. It took him like an hour to get home. So he would always get home at 8 o'clock, give or take if the traffic was good or bad. And then he'd have to do all the things. And then he's done by like 11. Do you know what I mean? Like, it wasn't thought out very well with how the school ran.
And he wasn't even a boarder, so his mum was driving 4 times a day to and from the school.
An hour. Yeah. And lots of boarders live like, there was some like, one of your old friends that you're not really friends with anymore, she was a day pupil for the longest time, but then she became a boarder for whatever reason. And she lives
Probably
like 20 minutes down the road. Huh?
Oh, yeah. Where did she become? She became a boarder for a reason.
She started off being...
I think she just wanted to.
Oh, okay.
Which is very strange.
Jonah
was going to be a boarder.
No, I wasn't.
He really wanted to.
I never. Like, I lived 10 minutes.
Jonah was going to come back for sixth form.
I'll talk about that in another day. But yeah. Then Louis brought his mic, and I'm not talking about like this mic, like he's not a streamer, he brought his like recording studio mic, and I find that really strange because we never...
Well, obviously there is a CM course for music, but the only music course is for sixth form.
Yeah,
so he obviously brought it because he wants to make songs and stuff, but
again, you don't have time or
like no one's like, he would have been doing MTA.
Yeah, he would have done like musicals and stuff. Yeah, you're right. So I wrote that down because I just...
They're very derogatory about that though. They think musicals are life.
Yeah.
They do.
And they did not like the commercial music course at all.
No, and it was low-key the best course.
It was like the pop. It was like, if you want to be Sabrina Carpenter, that's the course you take. And it's literally just like, you write songs, you make songs, and you perform like at showcases and stuff. So like, it was cool. I mean, I'd never do that, but it was cool. But for some reason, the school just never saw it as something that was an actual profession that needed to be learned. They thought it was embarrassing, basically. And I heard that course isn't doing so well anymore.
I don't know if it is. I don't know what's going on at that school anymore.
Then we are introduced to Sophia, and she's FaceTiming her mum. She's talking about the new girl that's...
Oh yeah, she said that there's a new girl in fourth form who is Chinese.
Yes.
And then it cuts to Glory, who is in lower sixth.
2 years older.
A completely random person now.
Who's from Hong Kong?
Who's from Hong Kong. So that's...
the editing was weird with that.
Yeah.
But Sophia's from Singapore, so she's a boarder as well, because like we did get a lot of international students. We had English as a MFL. Yeah. Which is like, you know, like how we do like at English schools, you do French and Spanish. For the international students, you would have they take English as a modern foreign language where they learn. But yeah, we had some in our year as well. And then we're introduced to
Zoo, shout out.
Mia
My
Zoo,
ICT.
Stella Yang. Mia found a lip in the end.
Stella Yang.
Then we're introduced to Glory, and I said she was a queen.
She said she gets homesick.
She said she gets homesick, which
Yeah.
I got homesick, and I
got homesick.
I was a day
my mum
people.
was in the office.
Yeah, but your mum was literally 5 feet.
I used to go and get a Kit Kat from her every break time, and then I used to have lunch with her every lunchtime.
You'd have lunch with her?
We'd go home and have lunch every single day.
How fun. That was after I left, by the way. She didn't ditch me. I mean, she did sometimes.
And then I'd be like, I'd just come back when I wanted.
Mm.
So most days I'd go home for lunch, and then when my mum was like, come on, we gotta go back, I'd just be like, no.
Yeah. And then we're introduced to Naira, who she said she's from India and she's also on the dance course. And then I put the transitions E, because the transitions are pretty cool.
Yeah, they're like cutting out the school and like making it jiggle.
Yeah, I mean, I wish they did cut out the school. Okay, so then it cuts to Lexi, Liv, and Emily are FaceTiming about being in a 2-dorm. So Lexi is FaceTiming Liv and Emily.
Yeah, and Lexi's a boarder and Liv and Emily are
day pupils. And she's talking about being in the 2-dorm with Jess. That was a big thing in our school. If you were a boarder, like, I remember when the younger you are, the bigger your room,
yeah, you'd have like 8 people in a room.
Like, if you're in year 7, you'd have 8
No, I
girls.
think it was like 6 is the legal like limit of people in one room. So I think 6 was it.
I swear people in year 7 said they had like 8 people in their room.
Yeah, but I remember maybe it is 8.
Maybe it's 6 and they just still did 8.
Yeah.
Probably. Honestly, like, we can't talk about the legal issues because we will get sued, but we do know some things. But yes, so she's talking about, because like if you want to be like a 2-dorm was like the ideal, you're just sharing with one person, and I assume Jess is friends, so
yeah, so you could basically like put down like a list of people you'd want to be with.
Yes. And then I wrote they're FaceTiming with full glam on, and I was talking about Liv and Emily because they were literally FaceTiming with a full face of makeup, which I found interesting because who picks up a FaceTime call with full face of makeup? And they're not at school. The reason they're FaceTiming is because boarders come back the day before school starts. So let's say school starts September 3rd on a Monday. The boarders will come back on a Sunday.
It would never be the 3rd day. It would be like the week after. It's always we go back late and we finish early.
Oh yeah, because we got more time off because our days were so long. And then the principal says hi to the pupils. They call him Simon. I had a different...
Yeah, we haven't been with this principal, so we can't...
When did the previous principal that we had leave?
When I left in year 11, so 2 years. Or he left in 2020.
Oh, okay. So
very emotional. Everybody really liked him. He was a really good principal.
He was. He was
cried. Everyone was crying when he left because
he had been there since like I want to say 2005.
Yeah, definitely
something like that.
Nearly 20 years.
Yeah, 15
probably, something like that.
And he was amazing. He knew all the kids' names, but not even that. He
was so professional.
He was professional, but not like strict. Like he wasn't anal about things. He was strict when he had to be, but he was just like, he was lovely. So I don't know much about the new principal. We haven't heard very good things about him. Your mum obviously has worked.
Haven't had actually experience with him.
No.
Us.
But your mum worked at the school 2 years more after we both left.
Yeah. So she had the scoop for a bit.
We should get her on.
We should, but I think she'd probably say no. Because she's kind of deep in it, guys. She's deep in the gossip.
Really?
Well,
would she be able not to tell things that can be said?
Like I don't know if she knows anything that can be said. All that she has is like bad stuff.
Okay, well, we'll talk about it. We'll see.
Yeah.
And they call him Simon, so that's already one red flag for me.
Well, because I remember when they were interviewing for the what's it called, principal. I remember they said he's really because he met some of the students, and the people that met him was like, he's really cool, and he wants us to call him Simon, and apparently he was fun, a fun guy.
Yeah, that is really strange to me. That's a red flag.
Yeah, for a principal.
And then we also wrote, so they messed up the editing, and you guys probably won't get it, but basically he walks by the lockers, but then the next shot he's walking out of the canteen and saying hi to the kids. So
it's just so fake.
it was like sloppy editing,
It's
basically.
but obviously they would have seen that and thought like,
no one will know.
no one's gonna know.
But we're telling you now it's sloppy.
Yeah.
Because the canteen and like the lockers, they're in the bit of the building we call basement, which is literally a basement, because this house used to be a big manor house for like this rich man, and he used to have his servants work in the basement, and they're like tunnels under the floor. Like,
it's very basement-y.
It's giving like, you know, like the Tube in London. That's what it's giving. It's giving the Tube. Like it's
giving really hot and disgusting and stinky.
Yeah. It literally is, with like the music rooms and all that.
And the music room, again, all the music rooms are just shoved in basement.
Yeah, exactly. Like it was, yeah. So that was something that we had talked about. Then it cuts to the PFs, the performers doing a vocal warm-up. And they all introduce their shows that they've been in one by one. I'm not going to say all the shows. I didn't write it down. I don't really care. But they had been in like Matilda and stuff. And I've already pointed out that they hate when we had shows and stuff, which is weird to me. And then Naira, the dancer, speaks to her parents multiple times a day, which she said she speaks to her parents multiple times a day. And I just find that really strange, because we were not allowed our phones. Like, they even tried to ban laptops at one point, but because we all, like, you had, like, special needs, like, we all needed laptops to work. Like, I think it was more weird that, like, it was more of an outcast if you were the person with pen and paper.
Yeah, it was. My favourite tapper basically had, he wrote his coursework for English GCSE, like, on pen and paper.
Which...
It gets submitted online, so he had to type it all up.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
I didn't realise he had to do that.
He's also written a
Dr.
novel.
King.
His novel, that's not even her name. He wrote a novel on pen and paper, and it's like 5,000 pages.
We know why he did that, but we're not good. It's not our place to say why. But
Wait, why? Why did he what? Why he what?
Why did he write on paper? Because there was no access.
Right, no. I was just wondering. What you were saying why to.
Oh, right, okay.
You know what?
So I was confused why Naira said that, because we were not allowed our phones on us. They would do like mandatory like phone searches and vape searches and drug searches, like a lot. Obviously, it's a school, but like, you know what really annoyed me? So when I first joined in year 7, we weren't allowed our phones. We had to hand them in. But the year 10s and 11s were allowed their phones. By the time we got to year 10, they introduced a new rule. Year 10s and 11s are also not allowed their phones. Only 6th form are allowed their phones if it's switched off and they're not actively on them. Then I think when we got to 6th form, when we both left, they changed it again. So 6th form aren't allowed their phones. So we were kind of like chasing the phone rule. For like, we never got it, but it got to a point where we all just had our phones on us, because like, we're not gonna go to Robina Jones and hand in our phones, are we?
Also, in year 11, you're allowed to go into Ville.
That was a big thing.
So you were allowed to go out for lunch by yourself in the town, but you weren't allowed your phone.
Which I thought was a complete safeguarding issue.
Which is, yeah.
It's a safeguarding issue.
Don't know if that's changed now.
I assume it hasn't.
I think I see year 10s out in Ville. So I think that's allowed now.
Really?
I mean, I don't know what year people are in, but they look really young sometimes.
That's so weird, yeah. So you're right. I always found that really... And then do you remember we were talking... I don't know who we were talking to, but I think it was one of the singing teachers. We were talking about how it's unfair that we're not allowed our phones to go out to Ville. And then... No, it was the art teacher. It was the art teacher. We said we weren't allowed to have our phones go out to Ville. We were kind of complaining. It was during tutor time, which is when we talk about our feelings. The teacher deadass said, well, maybe we'll like tag you and like chip you so we could track your location. He was like, we'll cut out your ankle and put a chip in it. But he was being serious. He's like, because I'm thinking like the solution is maybe we should be allowed our phones. Like obviously not in a lesson. Like I'm not being that kid that's like, I want to get on my phone in a lesson. Have our phones on us. Even the parents thought it was fucking ridiculous. My mum thought it was fucking like ridiculous. I assume your mum thought it was stupid that we weren't just allowed our phones on us.
Yeah.
Because we're 16 and 15 at school. But he dead ass said, well, the logical thing isn't to give you your phones, it's to chip you and to security tag you around. Which was so weird. Also with the school that was really weird is that we had very easy access to outside of the school.
Yeah, but that's changed now.
Really?
Yeah, so you now have to like go through a tunnel. Like they've made a tunnel to the door of med.
Oh,
so
really?
you can't go out the gate anymore. It's so odd.
I never knew that.
It's like a new thing.
Because a lot of like most schools like Keelan School for example, the front gate is shut. You can't leave basically.
Yeah, mine as well.
It's safeguarding. But with our school,
you could just walk out.
We didn't have a nurse's office. They bought a house on the street, on like the driveway up to our school.
Yeah, basically the driveway to our school was called Mansion Drive. Well,
yeah.
Can I say that?
Yeah,
it's the driveway to the mansion.
Yeah.
And real people lived on the street, but the school I think they owned 2 of the houses already. One of them's always the principal's house.
Yeah.
And one of them's med center.
Yeah.
And it's just a house, like it's just a house.
Oh, what about physio?
Physio is just a shed.
Oh, really?
Next to med center.
Yeah. So they literally turned our medical center, instead of having it in like on site, it was kind of out of the school grounds. It was a house that they just bought and renovated into like a little like medical center. But in order for us to get out, we would just swipe our cards out and then it let us out the school gate and we could just walk out of school.
Yeah.
So there was no like security on that end. We also did get detention once for going to Ville in year 10 because we weren't allowed to.
Someone snitched on us, won't say who.
We don't say who.
A teacher.
We actually do see them in the show though, so you can guess.
Yeah, you do see them in the show. That's a big clue.
Yeah.
It wasn't Donna.
We haven't even talked about her yet. Anyways, wait, we're like going so off topic. Okay, so and then it cuts to Naira in ballet class. I think she says it's her first class. Do we know if that's true or not? Miss Pickford is doing bar with them, with the dancers. Miss Pickford was there when we were there. She was actually generally really nice. We didn't have her a lot though.
No.
She was sweet though. Then they played Cupid by 50/50, which I don't know how they got the right stat. Or Pink Pony Club.
Yeah, they played Chapel Roan and K-pop.
Yeah. And then I wanted to talk about the new leotards because our leotards were hideous. I will put some pictures up.
Oh my god, the modern leotard. Do you remember the modern leotard?
Send me some pictures of your modern leotard.
The modern leotard, well, people... Obviously, in the show, you can see people just wear black tights over their ballet leotard for jazz.
Mm-hmm.
But it wasn't like that. No, not for us. We had these... I don't have a picture.
Do you not have a picture of like your one piece?
I don't have like pictures from back then. Because I got a new phone.
Oh, okay, fair.
But it was like neon blue, right where your boobs are and the straps. And then from just under your boobs, it was black down to your ankles, like a jumpsuit. It was like made of swimming costume.
It was that swimming costume material. It was like a cat suit
all the way to your ankle,
from the bottom of your boob crack down to your ankle.
But the straps are like this. So up here it was really thin, and then it just went all the way to your ankles. It was so ugly.
It was, but they had gotten new leotards. I assume.
Yeah, they wear just a dark blue navy leotard.
And they look nice.
Yeah.
We just want to talk about how our leotards are. And my leotard, I had to wear a bike tard. What the cyclists wear. It was a one piece.
Oh, yeah, a bike
tard. A one piece with like short cut out, and it's a one piece with like a strap. Awful.
It was just like a little jumpsuit.
And then the jocks that none of the boys wore.
Yeah.
I always wore mine because that's disgusting and it's weird, but...
Guys, if you don't know what a jock strap is, then just search it up.
Not like a sexual...
A ballet jock strap.
Type in ballet jock strap. It's like padded. We've had a lot of conversations with teachers about that.
Yeah.
Because they would literally be like, I can see your balls jiggling during jumps.
Yeah.
Anyways. Then someone says...
Some people even got injured from it.
Who?
Lord Farquaad.
He wouldn't wear any underwear in his.
Yeah, and he twisted his balls because he was flapping around.
Oh my god. Yeah. We also in year 7 we had to wear a white leotard. The boys. When I say leotard, I like picture a leotard. That's exactly what it is.
Yeah, like just a girl's leotard.
A girl's leotard, and then we'd wear black tights over it. But then again, I'd get made fun of.
Didn't you have to wear blue?
No, blues for the dancers. We wore black.
That's so mean.
But I'd always get made fun of because my tights will always look like trousers on me because I was so thin. I was a skinny queen.
And a belt, and you had to have a belt and like fold the waistband of the trousers over the belt.
I survived that school without getting one belt. Cause I would fold mine down.
Were so ugly.
Yeah, and I would fold mine down, so I would never get told off because they would just think I have a belt. But also, they also kind of said like you need to get a belt because if you're, let's say, plus sized, your tights tend to fall down more than if you didn't have a belt. And I was not. So my tights never fell down. So I assume that's why they didn't bollock me for it. But again, it's just a weird thing to say. And then someone said the studio is so beautiful.
Yeah, Glory said that.
Glory said the studio is beautiful. I disagree. It smells disgusting. It smells like wet, like sweaty feet. And I remember the dancers would come out of a dance class and we'd have to go in for hours. The mirrors and the windows were steamed up. Do you remember?
Yeah,
it was like
so sweaty.
It was like we walked into a rainforest and it reeked. We had to open those big windows on the ceiling.
Yeah, and sometimes they just wouldn't open because they were like electric windows.
It was because it was like really high ceiling. It was rancid and the floors were disgusting.
The floors were so dirty.
They
would complain when our ballet shoes were dirty, but we would only wear them in their studios.
So our ballet shoes are dirty because of your dirty floors.
Yeah.
And like when we used to, I think they stopped doing it, but we had to do like certain styles in barefoot. We stopped it after COVID because it wasn't sanitary. They were so
obsessed with us being barefoot.
So obsessed.
And we've just seen in the series they wear character shoes.
Like they made us buy jazz shoes and ballet shoes, but in like jazz and modern, they didn't let us wear our jazz shoes.
No, they never let us wear them. Like even if we were doing spins on this disgusting sweaty floor.
Yeah.
And it would hurt.
Yeah, I remember I brought in foot thongs, but they didn't work. Like I had a pair of foot thongs from.
You brought them in.
TPA. Yeah, because I didn't want to spin on my feet. It hurts, and I actually have a story about the other day at work. A girl span on her foot, and her whole layer of skin came off. I had to clean it up. Yeah, it wasn't nice.
Well, that's proof. You should show that to the people.
Yeah, I took a picture of her bloody foot. But yeah, I put like fake scenes of the girls. Oh, I'm talking about the 4 girls.
Oh yeah, with
after
Caitlin,
the class.
Caitlin.
They were talking.
And Glory.
They were and you said it was so fake because you were laughing about how they were like holding their knees.
All of them just had their hands like this.
And they weren't facing each other. They were sat like us, but even worse, like dead straight onto the camera. So clearly like fabricated. But yeah, just wanted.
And then they were like, "Should we show you around?"
They were like, I'm so new. And then the girls that had been there for like more, they were like, should we show you around the school? And it's like, you already had a guided tour the day before. Yeah. Hello? Like, it's so weird. Then they do show the girls around and show them to Encore, which I didn't write what Encore was, but we'll talk about it. Do you want to explain what Encore is?
Encore is just like an extra year that the dancers do. So I think they do their A-levels. And then the year after, they go on to do this, like, dance diploma.
And it's, like, a dance company.
So they go and do, like, shows, I think. But
yeah,
we never hear about that. Like, it was never, ever a big thing.
It wasn't. They're making a big thing in this because they want it to
we
seem
literally
more
never
than it
saw
was.
them because they'd just be in Park 5.
It was all... it was always the 5th one.
Yeah, that was the Encore studio. It still is, I think.
Yeah, like we honestly, like I don't remember any of the Encore students.
And they had like paper on the window so you couldn't see it. On Part 5.
My god! And then we'd have like a cover lesson, and then it was horrible because it was just like dingy. And then they start introducing this one boy called Jacob, who was actually in our year, so we know of him very well. And then Liv, Emily, and Lexi introduce themselves by the lockers. They have like a little conversation by the lockers. I just wrote this down because again, it looked very fake. They were like,
well, because they discussed on FaceTime that they were going to meet at the lockers, and then they met at the lockers.
And like again, I don't understand. Also, there was no one walking around the hallways.
Yeah, I wonder when that would have been, because it obviously would have been in class time, because otherwise there would have been loads of people there.
Yeah, because when it's not class time, because we had no like break period. all classes are dismissed, and it's like carnage.
Yeah.
Which was like ridiculous. And then they talk about the new auditions for Anything Goes.
PFs. So
for
year
the
10 and 11.
Yeah, for the year 10 and year 11. So that's their show they're doing for Christmas. Our show for that was Fame. It was.
Well, no, they do it. They're doing it before Christmas. They're doing it before.
So are they doing a full show? Are they doing like a?
What, has it been half term yet? When's half term?
In a week.
So I think the show is directly after the first half term.
But it wasn't like that for us.
No.
Our show was in December.
Yeah.
Which I was really mad about because in year 11 it was on the day that Blackpink came to the UK, so I couldn't go see them. And then I found this really interesting. One of the kids starts name dropping the, I quote, good people on the course. Am I the only one that finds that really weird?
Yeah, obviously.
Like, it's so...
It would always be like that.
It is always like that, but I thought they would sugarcoat things that aren't very, like, appropriate. They would have one of the kids name drop the talented people. Argue if you want, we were all talented to an extent, but for them to, like, name... It was obviously a way for them to promote the cast members, like, because they were... The good people happened to be the reoccurring cast members of the show. So it was clearly a way to, like, introduce them. But at the end of the day, the good people tended to be the rude people.
That's just how it be sometimes.
That's just how the world works. I thought it was weird, but okay. Then Lucas, I think, says, no one has been given a part yet. We're all going up against each other. And that's why I want to talk about. The parts were already decided way before the audition. Do you want to elaborate?
Well, it's very obvious. Obviously, we're just assuming, but it was sort of very obvious. So when we were in year 10, we both did the musical for PF. So basically what they're doing for Anything Goes is what we were doing for Fame. And I'm sorry, everyone sung one song. Everyone sung the same song if you're a girl and a boy. And that was the audition. Yeah,
that's because I will talk about it in a sec. Their auditions were very different to ours. Yeah. I don't know if that was because they changed it or because of the cameras. They needed more footage. But our audition, let's say like there were the main male parts. There's probably like 10 main males.
Let's just
and then
use
10 females. Okay, yeah. So who are the characters again? Carmen Diaz.
Serena.
The teacher. The other teacher.
There was a lot of teachers.
Yeah.
The guy that has sung a song about getting a boner.
Oh my god. Which was... Okay. But yeah, you kind of get the point. Like, let's say you had like... there's Tyrone. So let's say Tyrone was like... What would you say his character was?
There was like 10 leads, and they were just all kids.
Yeah.
That went to this school.
10 leads, but that because they're all leads, they obviously are all very distinct characters. So let's say you had a rapping lead, you were still auditioned with like the male ballad song. That's where it confused me. That's where I'm getting at, because how are you supposed to know if that person can rap or like, I don't know, be the complete opposite spectrum of the character they're auditioning for? Do you know what I mean? It was really strange to me. But that's why it was clearly fake. And I think, honestly, one of the teachers or one of the pupils said that they heard the teacher say, again, it could all just been fake because that school is full of liars, especially in our year, said that the teachers said that they had already picked who the characters were going to be before the auditions. And they'd also always say that they pick the show. So they picked what? As She Please.
Anything Goes.
Anything Goes. They picked Anything Goes because of the students they had. So again, that's already like, they've already discussed like, oh, who's going to play that part. It's clear. We always knew. We'd always guess who would play the parts, and we were always right. Yeah. And like, let's just be real. So it was fake. Fake as in the sense that like they'd already pre-casted it, but they're still going to give us all a chance. It didn't matter. So yeah. And then one of the teachers, Miss Donna Hayward, who we were taught by, I don't know if they disclosed her name yet, but they disclosed Miss Pickford. So I keep calling her Miss Pigger. They already. Do we see the academic side of it in the show?
I really hope so.
I really hope we see like Madame
Mr.
Favela or Miss Nathan.
Madame Favela is not there anymore.
Oh, is she not?
She left this year, so she might be in it.
Oh, she might be. Okay, so then
I think Madame Bozzi is the head of languages.
I thought she was. Oh no, that was Madame Leona.
Yeah, and then it was Madame Favela.
She moved up the ranks, guys.
Even though Miss Bozzi's been there like since the Earth was created.
The Stone Age. So Miss Donna Hayward, Pixie Cut Girl, we were taught by her, and
a lot.
And do we like her?
Well, I don't have any feelings for her now because I'm over it and I'm happy now. But we had loads of beef, basically.
Especially Mia.
The teachers in this school had such a thing for you had to be there for both the mornings and the afternoons. And the school knew that I didn't want to do this. And, since the first day of year 10, I wanted to leave. But,
But we could, I was the same. Me and Mia would talk about it. I couldn't leave. But we couldn't leave. Not because we were, forced to be there, but, you don't want to leave school in the middle of year 10.
Yeah.
Especially because you're leaving on the pretense that you have so much anxiety. The last thing you need to do is have anxiety going to a new school. Yeah. It's some things, you'll get it if you get it. But yeah, so I completely get you. But then, yeah, elaborate on what she did.
Well, she basically just made it really hard for me when, wouldn't...
She was rude. She was really rude to you. She'd make it her mission just to be rude to you all the time.
She got my dad angry. So there's that. And he had to go and speak to her.
Yeah.
But after my dad and mum spoke to her and was like, girl, actually, why are you so pissed? Why do you actually care so much? And then it was sort of all fine. And I got off dance, but I would have liked to get off all the afternoons because the shows were horrible as well. I didn't like doing shows.
You never wanted to be a performer.
No, I literally never wanted to. It's because I joined when I was 7 and I was just like, oh, I'm here.
You joined when you were 7 and when in year 3 it's not that deep because
in 3 I would sing around and dance.
Yeah, you were good.
We didn't have solo singing. We didn't have any pressure. And then as soon as year 7 hits, they treat you like you're 25 and in the industry, and they just treat everybody like everyone's going to end up as a musical theatre person.
Which is completely fake because they always preach at the beginning, let's say it's the first assembly of the year, they're always I know a lot of you are here to be performers, but we do have a lot of doctors and therapists and lawyers that have left the school. And it's then why are we putting all of our eggs in one basket? Because I'm not going to lie, the industry is so
we did longer hours in vocationals and academics.
Breaking into the industry is like finding a needle in a haystack.
Yeah.
It's low-key impossible. It's very, and even when you're in, let's say you do a musical, the pay for musicals is abysmal. You have to work day jobs, waitressing and all that shit. But how are you supposed to get a waitress job? You don't have your GCSEs. You know what I mean? But yeah, so that was a little Don's deep dive. I mean, we'll probably talk about her more as the show progresses. So where are we? Oh, so Donna asked if they know anything about the show, and then they cut to interviews where they're kind of oh, I don't know anything. And this is why I wrote it down. I vividly remember they would always ask, what do you know about Fame? And we didn't know anything about Fame because frankly, we don't care. This is school. They would go ballistic.
That's how it was for us. It was just like school.
It was.
It wasn't oh, we actually need to go above and beyond because this is everything to me. For some people it was just school and we had to oh yeah, we have to do the show.
And we'd be compliant, but there just still wasn't enough for them. I always wanted to be a performer. That's what my dream has been. And when I joined the school because I wanted to be a performer, and I literally kid you not, by year 9, I was so over it. Now I cannot think of anything. I want to leave this whole industry behind. And I kind of have, but I do teach like dance now just because I can, but I don't want to do this forever. Like I just need to get rid of it. It needs to leave. They sucked it out of me. They just bash you down and crush you down until you just hate it, and then they just bin you off like you're nothing. And you can argue, but that's just the industry. But these are kids, because like it's not just the industry. Like this wasn't a big fat audition. This was school. That's my school life. These are my crucial years. I'm there for every day for 10 hours. The least you could do is make it manageable. Do you know what I mean? But
well, I don't want to say like, in comparison to my new school, like I don't want to say pastoral side, because I'm sure there was some good pastoral people, because like Gemma was in pastoral for the boys. It's like stuff like that. Like
boarders though, she wasn't.
Yeah, boy boarders.
Yeah.
The support at the school for me was terrible. Like absolutely terrible. The only support I had was from my mum and him.
Yes.
But like
the support for you was
they would
really,
only
really bad.
support you if you wanted what they wanted.
And they would only support you, and I think it's like with a lot of schools, they'll only support you if you have if they can visibly see it. If you're mentally in distress, you can't see what's going on inside Mia's brain, so they just don't think it exists. For me,
that was so weird.
For me,
I hope it's changed from that.
Yeah, but for me it was different because they could physically see it. But still, they got me with that therapist who made everything worse.
He's not a therapist, she told me.
Yeah, she told you she's not a therapist.
She told me she's not a therapist. She told me she didn't know what I was talking about because she's not a therapist.
This therapist in question was in a shed in a garden. So, you know, medical center's a house. She was in a shed in the garden. Like they bought the house and the shed was a free for all. They put some fairy lights in it and called it a day. She used to sit there and she'd be like, Jonah, what did you have for lunch? And I'd lie out my teeth and I'd basically recite a 7-course meal, and she'd still say, that's not good enough. Then she'd grab some biscuits and force me to eat in front of her.
She'd say that wasn't good enough.
Yeah. I would literally say, like, I ate 655 Yorkshire puddings. I want you to eat 690. And then she'd make me eat in front of her, like, staring at me in silence. And it was horrible.
They shouldn't have sent you to her because she's not a therapist.
No, she's not.
Like, she said she doesn't... Well, I don't know if she said, but she said she's not a therapist, so she doesn't have a degree, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
You would call yourself a therapist if you had a degree.
And she also messaged me, like, every day. Like,
yeah, it was weird.
Come to my shed.
Yeah. She was just bored. She just texted all the sick children.
Yeah. And it's true. So then Donna goes on to say that they will be doing jazz and tap auditions along with singing and acting auditions, which for the show, She's All That. What was it?
She's All That is literally the Addison Rae film. Anything goes.
I love that film. Which again I found weird because they got jazz and tap and singing and acting. We got like a mixture of the three.
No, we got one song.
Oh no, yeah, we got one song, and they got to pick their own songs. We weren't allowed to. We had between.
Yeah, we have to sing a song from the show by the character.
And if it wasn't in your range, then you were fucked. So, and we'll talk about that actually because I wrote some notes about that. And then I wanted to talk about the tap auditions because Donna Hayward was running the tap auditions, and I wrote down shit moves. The moves were very amateur in my opinion.
And he is a tap teacher.
Okay, I'm a tap teacher for like actually 3-year-olds. No, in my defense, I teach some adults as well. But our dances were always very amateur.
Yeah.
They were in our shows. Like we would always get very amateur dances. And on top of that, let's say someone...
Should we redo Fame?
Oh, there was a lift and...
Me and Jonah were partners. We had to improv 4 counts.
I swear, I'm not going to say it did happen, but I swear, like, I'm pretty sure it happened. I swear one of the teachers came up to me and said, Jonah, are you sure you want to be with Mia? And I said, yeah, because she's my friend.
That is so mean.
But I think it was because they were kind of saying, like, she doesn't even do dance anymore.
Who dropped here?
I didn't drop you.
You didn't drop me.
No, I didn't drop you.
Cruz dropped Amelie.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yes! Oh, my God, I forgot about that. But yeah, the tap moves they were garbage. Like it was very mediocre, but I don't expect anything less from Miss Donna Hayward. And then one of the students says, tap is not my strong suit. And then I put in all caps, it was no one's strong suit because we weren't allowed to tap at school. Every year they'd make us buy £70 tap shoes from Grishka. No, from
Block.
not even Block, like Dance Boutique.
Dance Boutique. I forgot about Dance Boutique.
They make us buy these £70 shoes.
God, I remember Dance Boutique.
We would have half a tap lesson a week. So if you were really good at tap, you'd get a full 50 minutes, not even an hour, 50 minutes.
No, it was in the afternoon, so the full lesson
Oh, wait, you're right, actually.
an hour and 20?
Whatever 50,
25,
whatever
around
50 plus
25.
50 is.
An hour and 25.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
And then,
that's a long time.
and then if, so that's what they got. If you were really good at tap, meaning if they taught you tap,
If they put you in A set.
A set tap, and then B set tap would get half tap class, so 50 minutes of tap, and then 50 minutes of cardio weightlifting garbage. Circuits, just literally making any
filler
excuse.
stuff.
Literally filler shit. And then if you had done no tap before, instead of, teaching you tap, because the dance teachers hated our course as it is, so the last thing they want to do is teach a 16-year-old how to do a tap step because they just find it embarrassing, but it's not. Like, just fucking teach them.
No, didn't they used to? Some days they like C-set would be doing, what did we call it? Fitness,
yeah.
C-set would be doing fitness. We'd be having tap with one tap teacher.
They changed it a bunch.
And then we switched over, and then C-set did tap but like the main tap teacher was never teaching us. She was teaching the A group who had them.
Well, actually,
had an hour.
Donza had the A group, and I don't assume they learned very much. Because I remember the best tapper
Who did
ever.
we have?
Like, Hips. No, I remember we had Hips because she was just nasty. Like, a lot of kids, like, didn't know tap very well, and because they didn't want to start from scratch, because they think they're so good, like, they're these advanced dance teachers, like, that work at a dance school, like, they're all advanced. They would, like, do pickups in the first lesson, and the new kids that have never done tap before are like, what the hell? And it's like, they would, like, laugh at you, and it's like, they can't do a pickup. I mean, I've taught some of my kids to do pickups. They're actually pretty good. Like, I know, they're like 5. But yeah, so they didn't give us tap, and this show is a tap show, so everyone's probably like in the shy. And if you were good at tap, it's because you did tap previously before joining the school.
Yeah.
Like, the reason my favorite tapper ever is good at tap is because he did tap before he joined the school.
Yeah.
Like, a lot. I didn't learn much tap at school.
No.
I mean, I can like do a pickup and like a triple time step, but that's about like the best it goes, honestly. Then they were showing the audition process, and they got like group auditions where like they audition with like their mates and read lines. We never got that. Ours were just, like, solo auditions in front of people.
We also never had an acting audition though.
Yeah. And they desperately needed them because they'd be like the good singer who and then Lucas says, I'm in 4th form and the 5th forms get priority in the show, which was true. Like, the shows would be like, so there'd be like a lower show, which would be year 7, year 8 and year 9, and the year 9s would get
the PF juniors.
They're the junior PFs, but what did we call it? Theatre arts. TA, that's what we were. Before they changed it, we were theatre arts kids.
I think they changed it when we were in 3rd form though, so we had it both.
Yes, I remember.
PFJs for Shrek.
Yeah.
So we only in the lower school we only had one show in front of a live audience.
Oh yeah, Caesical.
Yeah.
That was it. But yeah, I keep losing weight. Donna, Mr. Tim, and Mr. Newton.
You just doxed them all.
But they're in the show.
What's his name?
Mr. Newton.
No, what's his first name? Oh yeah. He always had the same pair of jeans, and he had his wallet and his phone in the same pocket every day, and it just turned into like his wallet got molded to his pocket, so when he didn't have it in, his wallet would still look like it was in his pocket. That's literally the only thing I remember about it. Because I'd always just be staring at it.
Mr. Tim was the one that would make us like be a table. Be a table. Be a sports car.
Ice cream car.
And then we've obviously talked about Jonah. I mean, we won't go into like too much detail. I'm sure they'll go into more detail as the show progresses, so we'll go into detail with it. But right now, yeah. So they're the ones in the audition. So I think Jonah was in the middle.
Yeah.
Of course. And then
Mr. Tim is on the left.
On the left, and then Mr. Newton was on the right.
Yeah.
But yeah, they also were our teachers at school. And I was best friends with Mr. Newton's child.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't talk to her anymore though. I don't talk to anyone from that school except you.
I'm not from that school.
That used to go.
Ooh.
No one's from that school anymore. All
What
of our
school
years
is this
leave.
year?
Then I wrote this down because it was so funny. They have a shot of like the door in ballroom, and there's one
Door handle.
There's one doorknob on the door,
And there's never been a doorknob there, and they didn't bother to fix it, and they still put the
they
shot
still like showed the shot of it.
Yeah, it sums up the school pretty well.
Then they showed the individual singing auditions, which was it was Uma and Anna,
Yeah, the best friend.
the best friends. And then Uma's wearing her own clothes, which I wrote down
So's
because
Anna.
and Anna, like they were wearing their own clothes. We weren't allowed to do that.
No,
We had
it wasn't a thing. Like the auditions weren't a thing for us. It was literally like you'd go in and sing, and me and Jonah didn't even audition when we were in year 10 because we didn't want to, and they just didn't realize.
We actually like not even that, like, because auditions ran like it was the whole week for 5 hours a day.
Yeah, it was all the
it was like 25 hours
but
of auditions.
I don't know how.
I don't know.
There wasn't many of us.
And 2 of us didn't do it.
Yeah.
And we would literally, because our friend Tiara, she was one of the first people that did her audition.
Yeah.
So she was like done on the first day, and then when it was doing auditions, we would sit on back lawn.
Yeah, with her.
Like on the grass.
Yeah.
Or like on the bench with her. She was really good, but she left as well.
She got understudy as well in my show. In year 10.
Oh, she did, of the
Understudy for
main.
Mia.
Yeah, the main
Karma,
girl.
yeah.
Good for her. So, Emily. Okay.
Yeah, Emily.
I thought it was Uma that said that. I don't know why about Emily. Emily doesn't want to go against her.
Oh, it was Uma.
Was it Uma?
Oh, no, I think Emily said about Uma. Uma doesn't want to go against her friend.
Okay, so Uma says that Emily says Uma doesn't want to go against her friend Anna.
Reno.
I wrote that so I wouldn't pronounce it wrong. Of Reno. I don't know who that is. In the show. Because they're friends, and I wanted to talk about this because it would break up a lot of friendships because it's school. You're going against your friends, which is inevitable. I'm not going to hold that against them. Of course, you're going to go up against your friends. But it was like the teachers kind of encouraged the rivalry. Because I guess rivalry is good to an extent, but we're so young and we're put in these positions that like we have to go to school every day. Like normally in an audition, if you have to go up against someone, you never have to see them again.
Yeah.
We have to see these people every day, sit next to them, talk to them, eat lunch with them. Like this is our life. And they somehow encouraged it. And even if they didn't encourage it, they definitely did not help it. There was always tears and friends and fights and all of that shit. And the school just did nothing to help it. They should have had people to help talk to children about how to deal with these situations correctly. But they didn't teach us to do that. So when you're 11 years old, you're confused and you're upset and you're going to let the emotions get the best of you.
Yeah.
Then the boys do their audition. And Lucas... Okay, so the boys do their audition. Their solo singing, whatever. And then Lucas and Sophia sit on the stairs. And I put, when do they have time to do that?
They sit down on the stairs to film a scene, basically.
To film, like, a talking, like, dialogue.
Like, yeah, just like a random 30-second conversation.
But it's bright outside.
Yes, which means it wasn't after school or something. It was during...
Because our school finished when it was pitch black. Yeah. So it was during lesson time, which goes back to them not prioritizing education. Yeah. Which I don't agree with. My point is, I don't think that's going to obviously stunt their education. But if you're going to say that to us, then keep your word. You know what I mean?
I want to hear from, like, the parents, because I can't believe that no one took their kid out after the school announced that they were going to be filmed every single day for the foreseeable future.
But that's why they're there. To be to get in
I
the
guess so,
spotlight.
yeah.
Like, do you know what I mean?
I would have got my mum to take me out. That would have been the perfect excuse.
And honestly, kids were competitive. Parents were worse.
Yeah, that's so true.
The parents, like, I know. I had a parent, I'm not joking. I was 11. She threatened to run me over in the car park because I was a threat to her child. I was 11 years old. I wasn't even a threat. I mean, but you know what I mean. Like, she actually said, like, what goes through your head to be like, you know what, Jonah, I might have to just, run you over with my car. You better watch out. If you see my car, beat my big 4x4.
It's just the kind of, like, it's the stereotypical, like...
Stage mum.
Yeah, stage mum.
Yeah. My mum was never like that.
It is so scary how they're real, though.
My mum had lots of fights with these crazy women because they were crazy. They were ruthless. They would tear down other children in group chat. They would... The
group chat.
Your mum came off of it. No.
Yeah, my mum came off.
Did your mum come off or was she not added to it?
No, she came off.
She came off.
Left.
She left. Yeah. It was
my mum couldn't...
Horrible.
She just played the card that she shouldn't because she works there.
Queen.
But she was just so over it. Her phone was just buzzing all day.
Yeah, it would...
With the unemployed stage mums.
Honestly, they were. And, like, the scholarship mums were a different breed as well. We won't get into that.
I've never went to a scholarship audition. Thank God. When they came around, it was so scary. Because, like, people would re-audition for their scholarship. And it just looked terrifying.
Yeah, I wasn't there for that.
I remember people doing that, and it was so scary.
Did you have to re-audition for year 10 scholarship?
Yeah. No.
Oh. No, I think it was just sixth form.
No, I think they did. No.
I think I vividly remember Attack on Gouda coming in after an audition for scholarship.
I remember that.
So yeah, it must have been year 10. Okay. I did a scholarship audition in year 6, and you get it.
That's okay.
And her mum had to write the letter saying, unfortunately, you suck.
She would never write that.
No.
She was very good at her job.
Do you remember your mum had to watch the audition tapes for COVID? She had to watch all the audition tapes, and you would always ask her, like, can you watch them? She was like, no.
Yeah, she was so good at her job. She would never let me see anything that I wanted to see.
I know.
Like all the teachers' ages.
Oh,
just tell me.
On. She'll tell you now.
She doesn't know now because she was going to put it up on the system. I was going to list everyone I wanted to know the age of, and she was going to show me, and then she left.
Left? Did she leave? Question mark?
She left with a comfortable award in her back pocket. No, she got made redundant.
Yeah, bitch. Anyways, so yeah, I'm just saying, like, yeah, it was fake. And then Anna and Uma have to do a range check. Oh my days.
So we used to have to range check in our solo singing classes. Solo singing was bad enough.
Horrendous.
They would keep a track of who sung once, who sung twice.
They added a rota because in COVID they made us
the COVID
list,
rota.
But then they brought that back when we went into the building. They brought it back. Like, they kept it
after
going.
COVID, like, I just wasn't there. I was not present.
No, honestly, neither.
No, I remember the rota was so bad.
And I do think also COVID did play a big part on why we suffered so much with the school. I think it would probably be a bit different if
we
low-key
had a bus COVID, me and Jonah, because we would just play so much Minecraft and Roblox.
We'd also fight.
We would also fight every single day.
But that's because we were confused little teenagers.
Yeah.
Tweens, not even teens. We were literally tweens. And now we're adults, but go figure, I guess. But yeah, so we had to do range checks, which was so embarrassing. We had to go one at a time with everyone in the room. We had to sing our lowest note. Sing the lowest note you can.
It wouldn't be like that. It would be like he would make you sing down until you couldn't. So it would be embarrassing.
So it would be, you start
You'd go lower than you can.
And then you go, and then he'd be like, push it.
Yeah.
And like, everyone's laughing. The mean bitches are filming you. All the fucking time. They'd bring up their voice memos. Like, our teachers...
Bring out their iPad. They had one of those massive iPads. No, we need to tell this story. Someone was singing, and they didn't just have, like, of their phone or their iPad.
Like,
they had the massive iPad, like, as big as the one my dad has.
Like the pros.
like a massive iPad.
Like Robbie's hair pad.
Yeah, and they'd ask, can we look at our sheet music? They didn't have any fucking sheet music.
Because then when they would sing, they'd be like, I'm doing karaoke.
Yeah, they would use the karaoke. Yeah, and one time one of them sang Tequila, which is one word in that song.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, so they would say they're getting their hair pad to look at sheet music, but then they'd sit with their iPad like this. They'd be looking at it like that.
Because they're filming the person singing. Not even just doing the range check, singing in general. If you had to sing a song, do solo singing, which is where you sing by yourself in front of people, they'd film you. And that's why I refuse and we refuse to sing.
And one time, how can I describe
I've got
him?
vocal notes.
How can I describe him without saying his name?
Who are we describing?
He's a boy. He's a character. He's quite loud, quite big, quite tall.
Toblerone.
Toblerone?
Do you remember in Oceans where he got denied?
I don't know how he was getting denied because I was being accepted and this boy is like 6'7" and huge and built. It's because no, I'm not going to say anymore. Because I do think he is a character and I think he is a fun guy.
I don't. He low-key touched me up.
But he was singing and they put the iPad back and they propped it against the wall like this. So they say they'd finished with their iPad, with looking at their sheet music, their shared sheet music. And they put the iPad, say that this is the wall. They just had it propped up against the wall, obviously filming.
Also, like, they did that and there was this one girl that was in our year and we love her so dearly. You can get who I'm talking about. Literally one time, like I said, we weren't allowed our phones. She literally had voice memos open and she was like this while someone was singing, and the teacher who's on the piano so he can see over the piano.
It was you could see over the piano.
Like she even with the microphone facing so like literally the least discreet you could be, and no one fucking cared. And who knows where these videos are now?
Yeah, actually, genuinely. Oh my god.
Like, it's bad enough if you like screen record someone during online school singing, which I'm sure a lot of people did.
Yeah. But not me. Or Jonah.
You did film that one time I was singing along to Tappy.
No, I know. I've filmed a lot. I haven't. No,
I filmed you.
Did you?
Yeah. I don't have it anymore.
Well, I used to just film people because, like, if they were being funny with their cameras on while someone was singing.
Yeah, what do you mean people? You mean person?
No, it was people. I used to film Discord mod Ginger.
Missed him. Shout out to Sam Benwell.
I used to film, actually, I did used to film just a few people.
Yeah.
My favourite.
Anyways, we're going on a tangent right now.
Yeah.
But that was funny. So then who's that? Uma and I may be friends, but we have to go up against each other. I already talked about that. The school did nothing to stop with the rivalries because it would get unhealthy and it'd get ugly, and they just wouldn't give one flying for doodle. And then we see a certain teacher walk past Uma in basement.
Most traumatizing teachers hated us and our kind.
He was so bad that we complained about him to our directors of our course, and they were just like, okay.
Because, like, low-key, he was terrifying. I don't know why. Because he's tiny.
He actually never had a problem with me.
He low-key had a problem with me sometimes.
He had a big problem with your old friend.
Yeah, my old friend, yeah.
Which was awful. Like, it was horrible to watch it happen.
Yeah.
It was just bullying at its fight. Like, it's a teacher bullying a child. Like,
the dance industry is like that, though, sometimes.
No, it is.
Especially because these teachers probably came here with, like, a load of experience, expecting to teach people that are going to want to go into the industry. And everyone hated ballet, especially in BSAT. We all hated BSAT and CSAT. Some people in ASAT were like, yes, give me the dance. But in BSAT, it was like nobody wanted to be there, so he wouldn't like that. Yeah,
I honestly didn't give a shit. If they moved down to BSAT, I wouldn't care. I remember, like, especially M&S girl.
M&S.
Hated when she got into BSAT. Do you remember in year 10? And she would complain to, like, the teachers being like, move me up, it's not fair.
Yeah.
But hey ho, we digress.
But I do, to be fair, they put me in BSES Spanish. I mean, it wasn't called that, was it? They put me in flipping foundation Spanish. And
which is crazy.
No,
Because
actually, they put another girl in foundation. They put, what's her name? Rebecca.
I
she
never,
was there for like a week.
I never knew her. She joined as I left.
She was so random.
I never knew who she was.
Anyway, she also was put in BSET Spanish, but she was worse at Spanish than me. And then she complained and she got into top set Spanish, and I never complained. And then obviously, like, we would do like class tests and stuff, and I would get like full marks. And then by the end of year 10, they were like, oh, maybe she should be in top set. Anyway, then one of the teachers like got fired, and then we had to be one set because there was only one Spanish
Who got
teacher.
fired?
Miss Molina, the one that couldn't speak English.
Oh my god, I completely forgot about her.
We had this Spanish teacher who couldn't speak English, but she was such a bae. Honestly, she was actually like, she was so funny and like.
She didn't give a shit.
Yeah, like one time she didn't show up for a double, and we just watched a film.
That's great. So yeah, and then Hayden, one of the boys, talks about how this is when Uma and Hayden are talking under the stairs about by changes.
Yeah.
About how the auditions went, and Hayden says about it's difficult to find a song when his voice is breaking, and I wrote that down because I had a very similar experience. Like my voice started breaking, I want to say like
Me too, by the way.
My voice started breaking like midway through year 8, and I don't think it's fully broken until like now. So it's been like a long process. And it was really hard. It was really hard to find songs that would fit your range, because not only is your range shifting downwards, it's also shrinking because it's breaking, and then it shifts down and then it kind of goes back up, if that makes sense. But there was just no support there with that. And I honestly, I did find it really hard. Like I was really embarrassed with it all, which is weird because it means I'm just becoming a man. But I did find it embarrassing because I'm not used to it. I've always sang like Ariana Grande songs, and for a period of time I couldn't sing any of her songs, and now I can sing them in the octave lower. You know what I mean? It's like, it's just it was something that the school should have done because it's something to do with the performance industry, but they don't. And I remember learning nothing in singing. You'd sing a song.
No, we were never we were in all our singing lessons. I think we had the girls. I mean, when we first went into year 10, I don't know if you remember this, but we were split into girls and boys.
Yeah, I do, because there was a certain singing teacher that left, and he taught me, and he was horrible.
He taught you?
He taught the boys.
Oh my god, he did.
I refused to sing.
I was literally about to talk about this. We had him for a lesson, and it was terrifying. The only good thing was, I don't know if if this was normal, but he only got through 3 people in an hour and 25.
Yes.
So I was really happy because we only obviously had him for one lesson.
And thank God, it would always be the year 11s that would always want to sing, and the year 10s would never want to sing. So
anyway,
the year 11s would do it for us.
When we had that, actually I forgot what I was talking about.
Singing?
About how we never learned. We were never taught singing.
We were never taught how to sing.
Especially with the main singing teacher.
He did not teach us.
So with the one Jonah's talking about, he got through 3 people because he would make us like, after you sung, you'd have to like
kind of re-sing it,
like,
or like re-sing
go through
parts.
it. You know, you'd like go through like, actually he'd teach you how to sing it, but it was so embarrassing because you have to. It's something you should do in a private singing lesson.
But it got to a point where, because it was so long, it's an hour and 30 of doing nothing.
Yeah.
Like after they'd sing the song, we'd clap, and then we would all kind of murmur to each other while they go through their stuff, which I liked because then no one's listening to what they're singing.
Wait, we need to talk about how we gave feedback.
We do.
Someone would sing, we'd all clap, and then our teacher, this is like not the girls and boys thing, this is when we were together.
Oh no, let me go change my battery. We're back.
I was basically just talking about how we used to have solo singing, and then someone would sing, we would clap, and then our teacher would pick 2 people on average to give feedback
on singing,
on the singing. And obviously, like, no one's actually just going to be straight up like rude because,
you sound like garbage.
Yeah,
because it's rude.
So people would just say the same thing every time.
And it kind of became a running
You
joke.
basically had to say one good thing and one bad thing.
No, one good thing, one thing you can improve
yeah.
on.
You had to say it though. Like if it was like someone really good, like
Mario.
I'm talking like when we were in year 9, like when we were all together, we weren't like separated on ability. That's another thing.
Which was okay, yeah. Which again was stupid because we didn't actually get taught how to sing.
They introduced it to us that they were going to separate us, but it wasn't called the A set and the B set singing. It was called confident and non-confident singers.
It was basically good or bad.
Yeah.
And we were both in bad.
Yeah, because we hated singing.
Yeah.
Anyway, so the 2 pieces of feedback everyone would give would be, I like your tone, and the improvement, obviously, because no one's going to be like, because I don't know, just
work
no one,
on that note.
Yeah, no one would say anything like that. We would just say, learn the song better.
Like, learn the lyrics.
Yeah. And that's what everyone would say every time.
But like, it's funny, we'd always say, I like your tone. We don't know what tone means.
Yeah.
Like, what is a tone?
Yeah, because we weren't taught that.
Or like, or if someone had already said it 3 times and you're the 4th person, you'd be like, I liked, like, you'd say like a specific bit, like, I really liked the vibrato.
Yeah.
Because I said that to Eminesco and she was like, oh, it's actually just really shaky. It wasn't vibrato, which I knew, but I was just trying to be nice. And then I'd say like, I just think try and be off book by next week.
Yeah.
Which I was never off book. Sorry for singing lessons.
Because also when you're off book, he made you stand like in the middle of the like it was a stage. But if you don't know the song, you could just stand behind the piano and hide.
Oh yeah. So if you didn't know the lyrics, you were allowed to stand behind the piano and like read the sheet music with him. Or like if you had the lyrics on a piece of paper, you'd stand there looking at the piece of paper. But if you knew the lyrics and he was like, be off book, you'd have to stand and like
in the middle
stare.
and perform.
Which I like. Oh, my feedback was always sing louder. That was also a big one. Like, oh, sometimes I couldn't hear you.
I can't even remember one time of you singing.
Corner of the Sky.
I can't remember one time me singing.
I remember you singing Reckless by Madison Beer.
I don't one bit.
I did. And I remember you singing Gone.
I remember like...
No, On the Ground.
I remember like learning it and singing it at home.
No, it was in ballroom. You sang On the Ground in ballroom.
I don't remember.
It was in ballroom.
The one time I remember is I was so ready to sing because I was going to sing Olivia Rodrigo Traitor. And it was in ballroom and I was so ready and I had learnt the piano. And I obviously it is so much less nervous to play the piano while you sing because you're hid behind the piano.
Piano player, by the way.
And, well, not really. Actually, I'm more of a piano player now than I was back then. It was just chords. And it was so annoying because somebody fainted and then I couldn't sing.
Yeah. Was that the day?
Yeah.
Oh my
and I was
God.
like, because I remember there was just like a random piano in the corridor and I was practicing it in the corridor.
Oh, I remember that piano.
And then...
What, the one by Mr. Vice Principal?
He's not the vice. He's the deputy.
Okay, deputy.
Okay, but yeah, that piano.
That one, yeah.
Yeah. You know, that's now the principal's office.
Oh,
he didn't want to be tucked away because
he can't see you can't see the students.
He can't go say hi and teleport around basement.
Yeah. Literally.
So that's that.
But yeah.
This one.
Uma talks about how auditions help prepare for the outside world, which is so fake. And you know, she came out of the audition, she was like, it went really well. We would come out of the auditions either pissed off, crying, or giving up.
Or not do the audition.
Or not do, if you and me, we just wouldn't do the audition. But that's how it would work in the real world. And then she's like, it prepares you for the outside world, which...
I mean, that one probably does because they did hella auditions, but
but
I don't know if this is like a new thing that they've changed or if they're just doing it for the camera.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know if they changed it for the camera or they've changed it
just because it's a new thing.
Because I don't know. That's something that we'd probably have to ask Oscar.
Yeah, maybe we should get Oscar on the pod.
We weren't there when it was being filmed. We left before, like just before, like we left and then they filmed it a couple months later, but Oscar was there for the whole of it. He's not in it, but he's there for it, which is another thing. They casted people. It wasn't like, oh, who's
I reckon I
happening
really
now.
wonder how they did that. How they chose who was going to be the main people in the series.
The most talkative ones, the
Because
yappy
obviously
ones.
Jacob would have been a main part because everybody calls him the best.
Yes.
So does that mean that everyone else, they've only casted them because they're the best?
Well, yeah, people say that Uma's the best. Yeah.
I guess I don't know anyone.
Oh, we only know Uma and Jackson.
He wasn't really in it though.
I think he's in it more because he's in the main thumbnail pic for it. So I think maybe he'll be in it more.
Yeah, the year 11s. But because the year 11s is the main like year group that it's focusing on right now, I really wonder, are they going to show like GCSEs? Or are they going to just switch to like the year 10s or the year 12s?
They probably will. Well, one of the episodes is that year 7s go ghost hunting. That was one of the descriptions of the episodes.
I wonder if they brought back a special someone who used to do that with us.
Oh, the one that got done for sexual assault?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We can talk about that. It's common knowledge.
I mean, we could. Maybe that's for another day. And then it cuts to tea time with the cookies.
No, this actually low-key, this pissed me off.
Okay, here we go.
They had these cookies. Okay, they're not good cookies. These were not the good cookies. Do you think they were good? Those ones, like the ones that were crispy.
We were
chewy.
running on nothing all day because we would get to lunch and it'd be salad left. So by 3 o'clock,
Salad bar.
and we've got 3 hours left.
It's like
we're
annoying.
starving
Because the food, like, we always like obviously because I went to normal school after, the food at Tring Park was so good. It was literally just like a restaurant.
Mm-hmm.
But the only problem is they would never have food for us.
By the time we got in.
And also, another thing we should talk about, just quickly, I don't know if this is still happening, but when we were there, we would queue for so long because the teachers would push in. The teachers would go to the front of the queue. We used to queue from the counter, round the corner, sometimes, like...
all the way down to service door.
Yeah. And
which is far.
The teachers would be like... Yeah, no. So I remember queuing. It was really bad after COVID because everything was a bit messy because... we were trying to stagger all the meal times because like it was COVID and stuff, but it was just a bit messy, so everyone sort of was just going to lunch like at random time
when you can.
Yeah, so we were always queuing for a long time in like year 9, like sometimes it would be like we wouldn't have time to get changed and we'd be late.
We didn't have time to eat half the time. Like, we'd have 10 minutes to eat.
Yeah,
like it'd be 10 minutes left of lunch.
I remember
we'd get changed.
sometimes we'd get changed first because then we don't have to eat with like the annoying people. And I remember
that was true.
When we get changed first, there would be no food left because we would be like the last ones of the whole day to have lunch.
Yeah.
The end of our lunch.
And like when we say no food left, like they actually would run out of food and they'd be like, sorry, we only have like the soup.
If it was noodles, they would have noodles and they'd have like a sauce. They would run out of the sauce. If they had rice and like curry, they'd run out of curry.
Yeah, that's right.
It would always just be like...
But that's because they let...
bread.
No, they didn't even have bread.
No, they never had bread.
In year 10 and year 11, I never got bread. It was a gamble.
And everyone loved the bread.
I
never ate the bread, but everybody used to get a bit of bread and butter and just eat bread and butter. That's how it was.
I created... because the roast dinners, they had cut turkey out for some reason, which was the only good one. They were left with boiled gammon.
The gammon was white.
Charred beef and pork were the 3 different roast dinner options, and I hated all of them. So roast dinner days, I would literally go up to the counter, I'd get 1 spud because they were disgusting, and I'd get...
they were like half air.
A scoop of gravy, and I'd get a bunch of pieces of bread, and I'd dip the bread in the gravy. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
And I created the bread and gravy.
It's like you tasted.
It was delicious.
Yeah. Gravy with anything.
But then by year 10 there was no bread left because all the first formers would stuff their fat faces with bread.
I honestly think you can't say that.
Sorry.
To be fair, no one knows what era we're talking about. No one knows what first form is. Actually, I don't even know what first form.
No, I was just saying in general. I'm not thought.
But it was always there were so many teachers in the school, and there was just a rule where the teachers could push in.
No, but the rule was teachers aren't allowed to eat the school lunch.
No, the rule was they're allowed to.
I thought they weren't allowed to.
They are allowed to, but they haven't.
Your mum never did.
Yeah, because she would rather go home, and I would too.
Okay, but you didn't go home back in the early days.
The teachers were allowed to eat the food because it was such a lovely gift to give them. But they should have done people should sign up for the dinners, for the
Yeah.
lunches, so there's enough food.
I love how we were talking about the cookies and now we're not talking about the cookies. Go back to the
Anyway,
cookies.
the cookies, and guess what? When we were there, we would have to get our cookie. You know, sometimes we would have little plates, like teacup plates. But that, like, not very often. And usually it would just be a piece of tissue paper. And guess what we saw in this bloody thing?
What?
They have, like, little plastic pouches like they have at cafes.
Like if you got like a little shortbread from a cafe and you put it in like the little
Like,
paper with the
at
plastic.
M&S or like at Tesco when you're in the bakery and you want to like get
Or
a yum
Walmart.
yum.
Yeah, no.
Put
But
it
with
in the
us,
bag.
it would be the tissue. And do you remember we would put the cookie on the tissue? We would walk for about 4.5 seconds to a table. By the time we take the cookie off the tissue, there's a puddle of grease
Especially the flapjack.
the flapjack was so
you
greasy.
couldn't even, if you hold the flapjack with tissue, like as soon as it touches the tissue, it like the tissue like breaks off and sticks to it because it's so like oily
Yeah.
and nice.
And they like overcooked all the food massively, didn't they?
Yeah.
And
That's
and
not
then
on the chefs at all, by the way. We had actually talented chefs because
we had amazing because the food was good. There just wasn't enough of it.
Yeah.
Because they cut the budget.
yeah, they cut the budget.
One
Also,
of the
we
years.
had-
And they spent all the budget on making the canteen look nice. So like honestly, I'd rather eat in a shed as long as I'm having a nice meal. They made the canteen so nice. They did all these renovations, which you've
It was
seen.
nice, to be fair.
It was really, really nice. It didn't look like a canteen. It looked like an actual restaurant.
Yeah.
And then but they're
Then-
serving stale prawn crackers that have been sat out for 2 hours
Yeah.
because we're the last ones there. Oh well.
The
And then
pricey pair.
towards the end, they have a little segment. They cut. Oh wait, no. Liv is saying she's a day student and her friends are boarders, so
We're day
sometimes
students, obviously.
she missed out on the drama at school. Again, it was nasty. And then they talk about gossip about if you have a crush, you hide it. Okay.
It's true though because everything's just spread in that school.
But I feel like that's with like the crush in like specifically with crushes, like you do that with every school.
yeah,
You hide
true.
it.
You can't just tell everyone.
But-
it's a crush.
It's other things you have to hide.
You basically like you have to be so careful who you tell secrets to.
'Cause it's
everything just
cliquey.
gets out.
It does.
Everything gets out.
But like they turned it into like a joke, like oh Tring Pie, you can't like rumors will spread around like wildfire. Like it was kind of a joke, but in the grand scheme of things, it was not nice. Like
No, of course it wasn't.
it really wasn't. Like you would tell something to someone, and by the end of it, everyone and their dog knows.
Yeah.
I'm not joking. Gossip was like, and rumors.
It's because people
were
lived there.
damage. Yeah, it was that
So
as well.
people lived there, so they were just bored.
And it would also become extremely segregated because the kids that lived there would make it apparent they don't like the kids that don't live there.
I mean, when Jonah first joined and we first moved into secondary school,
Mm-hmm.
like it was such a divide. But that was low-key like jokes. It was just we hated each other so much just for no reason. It's like it was actually like segregation.
It was the new kids versus
It's
the
low-key funny though.
old kids. No, looking back, it's funny.
Like how much the dancers hated us.
Oh yes.
Were you in one tier or were you in one peer?
P.
Because I was in one tier, and by the end of it, like we had even classes. This was like our form classes. We had even sizes, but by the end of it, our class, the TAs, which
It was like the annoying ones.
yeah, basically like
you.
the musical people, not the dancers. We drove all the dancers out, and every single dancer, which was half of our class, went to the other class.
Yeah, because because in the mornings we don't see the dancers. Then in the afternoons they wanted to split it up so we get to interact with new people.
Yeah, but we drove them out.
I completely forgot about that as well. That's crazy.
So you must have had a full form class.
No, ours was full.
Because
and we had
genuinely-
we had all the boring people because you.
All of
Gave
our
us-
people left.
I remember that. Then it cuts to Park Studios. This is towards the end, and then Jacob Wee talks.
And Shakira.
Shakira talks about being an encore, and Jacob's auditioning for this thing that I already forgot the name of. I didn't write it
Prix de
down.
Sang.
De Prix de Fontaine, De Prix de Pamplemousse,
Yeah, that one.
something like that. And then he kind of talks about like the pressures of being a good dancer and getting everything handed to him all the time. And then he performs a little solo, and then it ends with the next time.
Very nice lighting, I might add, in his solo.
It looks sort of fabricated.
It looked like it was supposed to be a sunset, but like they just got a massive
Orange
light and put it outside.
Yeah,
Which is probably what they did.
probably.
But like, props
So
to that.
yeah, that was the end of the episode. We have finished all of our notes. There was someone at the door. But thank you for watching the first episode of our new podcast. We'll have to think of a name and create like promotional artwork.
But Jonah's not letting us use it.
Well,
No, we can't use it.
yeah, no.
I take it back. We would get cancelled.
We'll think of something better. Okay, and then we'll create some artwork for it, like with our faces. Like,
we're also gonna do like a special intro.
oh, stay tuned for that. It'll be on this episode because we'll film it all before I put it up.
Yeah.
But thank you for watching. Thank you for joining me, Mia.
Thank you for having me.
We
need to get Oscar on it.
We do need to get Oscar on it. Maybe get your mum on it.
Yeah, Loki, we should.
Please.
Get my mum
Who else? We hate everyone
on it. We
else.
could get Tiara on it. We should invite her.
Oh my god, yeah, but she wouldn't be able to be here because she's in Corfu, no Texas.
No, she's not in Texas. Yeah, she's just not in Texas anymore.
Why?
I don't know. That's why I need to see her because I feel weird answering. Wait, hold on. We should talk about this after.
Okay, but thank you for coming and we will see you in the next episode. Bye, love you so much. Bye.